Hey, ladies and gents, we are back with Avorion, and we are looking at trading posts. Is the station worth the time and effort to build them, to use them, whatever? So let's build a trading post. I got two of them already. Well, I have one existing one, but I spawned another one here as well. There's one down there. So a trading post is essentially a other station, and it's going to cost us 25 million credits to build one. Now it's spawned here, and we're going to look at, say, this one over here. We're going to talk to it here shortly. You have a couple different options with the trade goods. So trade goods, it buys and sells the same material, okay? And you also have the ability to turn it on and off. So this station doesn't buy goods from traders. You can turn that off, and it won't buy goods from the NPCs. NPCs continue to bring you any of this stuff. If this is turned on, it will buy stuff from the NPCs. So if we're looking at, and of course it's RNG based, so if we look at the other one again, yeah, there he is. If we look at him here, he's going to have slightly different, so every time you are, essentially like I said, it's an RNG thing. So yeah, so we have aluminum, anti-grav, high capacity, proton accelerators. So it buys and sells different things every time you build one of these. Now, how does this work? Well, it's based on a couple things. It has to do with where am I at? Diplomacy. Okay. This is an in-game insane level game, and I'm using it as to do these videos because I just have all the material and I have all the money, so I can do this stuff without costing me a whole bunch. So when you go to buy stuff from a station or from a trading post, the price is dependent upon essentially two things: the amount of material in the station and your relationship with the faction that you're buying it from. This also translates into your own trading station. Now, for example, the Zephyl Pirates, we have a 100,000, we're at the tie-in, so remember there's 200,000, there's 100,000 negative, 100,000 positive. Now, if I were to go to buy stuff from the Zephy Pirates with the relationships of 100,000, I think it starts at like 80 or 90,000 on the relationship on the high end. You're gonna get a discount for buying from them, like 10%. So if you go to buy, say, robots from the Zephyl Pirates, you're gonna get a 10% discount if you have a high relationship. It still goes the opposite direction. If you go down here and you have, say, a 200,000 or 100,000 negative, you're gonna pay double the price. Same way with, I think it doesn't change until you get up to about 30,000 positive before that changes. Now it also works the same way for if the Zephy Pirates are going to buy stuff from your station. If you have an excellent rating, say the 100,000, 90,000 plus, you're going to get plus 15% for selling to them. So yeah, it has a lot to do with the changes in, or it has a lot to do with the relationship. So the higher the relationship, the better prices buying and selling you get from the trading post. So then it really comes down to his location, location. So I'm not going to put my trading post here in the red because I'm going to get screwed from the price changes. I'm going to put it up here where I have excellent rating in a faction like that, where the buying and selling is going to benefit me. So if I want to buy something, because a lot of times trading posts have the real unique items that you can't find a factory that produces them. Diamonds, for one, is one of those things that you cannot find. They only come from planetary trading posts and trading posts. So that's one part of the equation. The other part of the equation is the amount of material inside the trading post. So if we're looking at this one here, you're going to see there's 0 stock. So the maximum stock level is you can have 25,000. So we have 25,000 stock, and on this side we have 24,000 If we're going to say buy from the station, it's going to be cheaper. Now, if sell to the station. If they have 25,000 stock here and they already have 23,000, you're not going to get a very good price because it's a supply and demand thing, right? The more stock they have, the lower price you're going to get. Antigravs, say they have 10,000 for possible holding here, and they have, say, 100 available. When you go to sell anti-grav generators, you're going to get a bonus, right? It's just a supply and demand thing. You're going to sell more to that. You're going to get more by selling anti-grav generators because they have a low supply. So those two together is what dictates the prices from buying and selling on the trading posts. Now the trading posts, if I remember correctly here, has the ability, I think I showed that, has the ability to turn it off whether to buy or sell. That's not really, it works to a certain degree. However, we're going to look at the big trading post here. This trading post I use as a depot, right? So this is where all my stuff I steal goes to here. Now we're going to look at this trading post. Now trading posts are essentially the amount of crap that you can hold in a trading post, or the stuff that is available depends on how big the station is. So this is a 7 million cargo hold trading post, therefore I have max everything. Now this is stuff I can buy from the station, and this is stuff that I can sell at the station. Now, so the NPCs are bringing stuff into the station to sell to me. So they've sold me 10,000 body armor. They've sold me, 9,000 electron accelerators and 10,000 mining robots, which is great because I'm collecting this stuff at that discounted price. The closest one that comes here is the Zephy Pirates, so I'm getting that discount. Why is this so great? Because I'm going to take this stuff here, the stuff that I'm buying at the discounted rate, and I'm going to take the body armor, I'm going to take the electron accelerators, and I'm going to take the mining robots, and I'm going to load them on a cargo ship, and I'm going to go out to usually this faction up here, and I'm going to sell them. So I'm going to get a discounted rate for buying, and I'm going to make probably 30 to 40% above, because this is a high demand area for that stuff. Easy way to make some cash using just the trading post. Just simply going in, and this is a spawn thing. I can spawn it over and over again until I get what I want. If I want mining robots, if I want war robots or body armor, but it's collecting stuff at a lowered rate, and then I'm turning around and selling them at a place that has a high rate. It's an easy way to make some cash, relatively easily. However, there's also another way of doing this too, is of course we're going to jump into this station here and we're going to look at the cargo area. So I bring all of my stolen captured stuff to here. Why? Because when I go to sell, if you looked at the sell part of it, so I stole all that stuff. Now I'm going to turn around and use this to sell my stuff to the Zephy Pirates at that plus percentage, right? So now that I've stolen it, cleaned it, put it here, I'm just letting it. We're going to look at the actual goods that's available in that. So this is to buy from the station. Anti-grav generators, anti-grav units, fusion cores, laser modulators, war robots. So whenever I stole this stuff or whatever, I brought it here, and now this stuff is getting sold to any of the NPCs that are coming in here. So I'm getting that percentage because I have good relationships with them, and I don't have to run around to each individual station to sell them. So yeah, it's something to remember when you're raiding and stealing, and if you have some trading posts that have the stuff in there that you've already got from raiding and stealing, just drop it in the station and it will be slowly sold to the NPCs. Yeah, so that's trading posts. Are they worth it? It really depends on where you put them and what, of course, they buy and sell. Typically most trading posts have usually 2 to 3 high-end items, which usually make it pretty lucrative if you're paying attention that you're jumping a ship back to it and picking up those goods and then selling them in a region that really, really needs them. I mean, you're talking, if you do it right, you're talking maybe possibly $1 billion or 1 billion credits if you hit the right kind of station. And of course, it has to be big enough. I mean, this is a maximum sized trading post here. So it lets me collect up to 25,000 of everything. Obviously, to get to something like that costs a lot of credits. So you're going to start out pretty small at the trading post, and of course, you're probably only going to get 1,000 of any of the objects that you're buying or selling. So that's the trading post. Entirely up to you whether you use them or not. I typically only have 1 or 2 trading posts, and this just happens to be the biggest one. And of course, I jumped in here to make this video. So those other 2 trading posts, I might keep them just because there is a couple 3 high-end products right there, or I might eventually just move them back to in here because I'm going to get that bonus left and right, depending, of course, on my diplomacy. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good night.